From the Athens-Tech studios, this is the Athens News Podcast. Local news you can use about Athens and Clarke County, all in 7 minutes. And now, here are your top stories.
Hello and welcome to the Athens News Podcast. I'm Melissa Carter. The cicadas are coming back. I mean, it's not a tease, I'm just telling you. Plus, a couple keeps a deceased relative's body. For how long and why? We're going to tell you. But first, here are your top stories brought to you by Drake Realty. Lieutenant Jody Thompson of the Athens-Clarke County Police Department has released the crime statistics for 2023, and the results are promising. Crimes against property have decreased by more than 2.5%, and crimes against persons show a notable drop of nearly 7%. Notably, aggravated assaults are down by a significant 10%. Burglaries and motor vehicle thefts have also seen a decline, contributing to the overall decrease in criminal activity. Crimes against society, which encompasses DUI, drunkenness, and liquor violations, have seen a substantial decrease. For a detailed breakdown of the numbers, you can visit the ACCPD Transparency site online. This from WUGA. Governor Brian Kemp addressed world business leaders at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland, emphasizing the need for increased clean energy production to meet the growing demand from electric vehicle industries. Kemp highlighted the construction of Georgia Power's 2 new nuclear reactors at Plant Vogtle, a groundbreaking $31 billion project near Augusta, the first of its kind in decades. Despite progress, Kemp acknowledged the necessity for further efforts in clean energy without calling for the closure of existing fossil fuel power plants. While Governor Kemp has avoided direct climate change discussions, he expressed confidence in Georgia's pursuit of becoming the e-mobility capital of the world. This from WSB. Well, like I mentioned before, brace yourselves as the cicadas are gearing up for an extraordinary spectacle this spring in the Southeast and Midwest. Not one but 2 broods of cicadas are set to emerge simultaneously after 221 years. These noisy insects, known for their screeching calls, are expected to overlap in Illinois and Indiana. Now, Georgia will be noisy enough with just 1 brood. As we prepare for the cicada symphony, it's worth noting that these insects, while loud, are not harmful to humans, pets, or crops. In fact, they contribute to environmental benefits, such as providing a food source for predators and improving soil health. This from the Athens Banner Herald.
It pays to know your doctor. It pays to know your lawyer. And now more than ever, it pays to know your local real estate professional. Hi, I'm Jeffrey Drake with Drake Realty, and we have 7 offices in the metro Atlanta area, including 2 right here in Cobb County and 1 at Lake Oconee. I'm the proud leader of over 700 agents here in Georgia, and we pride ourselves in professional service, whether you are the buyer or the seller. Drake Realty makes the home buying process seamless from contract to close. Our agents are a little different. They're not pushing for the quick sale and close. They are pushing for the best price and terms for their client. In other words, Drake Realty fights for you. Now's the time to buy that dream home, vacation home, or new home your family deserves. A lot of real estate agents talk big. Let my team at Drake Realty prove they will fight for you. I'm Jeffrey Drake, and I'd be honored to have my team serve you. Visit us online at drakerealty.com. And remember, it's not how quick you sell or buy, it's what the deal provides for your future.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. At Athens Technical College, their programs can connect you with in-demand and high-paying careers.
I graduated from Athens Tech in May and started my job 2 weeks later. I had the job before I left, thanks to my professor, and just focusing on growing a career.
As far as Athens Tech, I think I've been a member of the advisory panel for 10 years now, and it's been an awesome experience.
I'm currently going to Athens Tech. I started out as an accounting major. I've finished all my accounting classes and then switched over to the culinary and baking program.
My name is Alex Lang. I'm an electromechanical engineering student. This is my 2nd year at Athens Tech, and I graduate in December. The long-term goal is to work for the railroad, whether that be Norfolk Southern or CSX.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. Find out more at athenstech.edu.
From 11 Alive's Facebook page, in a bizarre case of deception and fraud, a Kansas couple is facing charges for allegedly collecting over $215,000 in retirement benefits on behalf of a deceased relative. Lynn and Kirk Ritter, both 61, are accused of continuing to receive and spend retirement benefits belonging to Lynn's deceased father, Mike Carroll. Carroll's pacemaker indicated that he passed away in 2016 at the age of 81. However, police only discovered his mummified body in 2022, 6 years after his death, when his son-in-law reported the incident. Prosecutors state that the pension and Social Security payments Carroll received posthumously totaled $216,067. The couple is scheduled to appear in federal court on February 2nd, facing multiple charges related to this disturbing case. The University of Georgia's Office of Service Learning, otherwise known as OSL, is taking a proactive stance against food insecurity in the community. The need for addressing food insecurity has been ongoing, with a noticeable increase during the pandemic. To combat the issue, OSL launched the AmeriCorps Community Food Fellows program last year, leveraging federal AmeriCorps funding. This program involves 20 part-time fellows, with 17 being full-time UGA students. Over the course of a year, these fellows dedicate 900 hours of service to local organizations. The fellows will continue their support in the coming months, contributing to new programs aimed at providing prepared meals to those in need. This from UGA Today. In sports from the Red and Black and WSB, Georgia Gymnastics lost to the Missouri Tigers on Saturday. Georgia's next meet is against Kentucky on Friday. Georgia's men's basketball team lost to Kentucky on Saturday, 105-96. In women's action, Ole Miss picked up its second straight win over Georgia, 69-59. UJ Ice Dogs defeated Clemson 7-3 last weekend. And Los Angeles Rams head coach Sean McVay gave an update on former UGA star quarterback Stetson Bennett earlier this week. The Rams placed him on the non-football injury illness list back in September. McVay did not say what issues Bennett is facing and would only describe them as things a little bit bigger and more important than football. The Rams drafted Bennett as its backup quarterback for former UGA star Matthew Stafford before he was placed on the non-football injury list. And finally, health officials are sounding the alarm as flu activity in Georgia is rapidly spreading. From New Year's Eve to January 6, Metro Atlanta witnessed 10 influenza outbreaks and 279 hospitalizations. As a result, health officials strongly advise Georgians not to delay in getting their flu shots. In Athens-Clarke County, the overall influenza activity was rated at 4.2 out of 12. This was on January 15th, which falls within the low to medium range. Although there has been a recent decline from the medium range, health officials emphasize the importance of vigilance, especially as students return to campus. Flu vaccines are readily available at various locations. To find the one nearest you, just go to vaccines.gov/find-vaccines. This from the Red and Black.
Thanks for listening to the Athens News Podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.
This podcast aggregates content from other sources for informational purposes and is in no way trying to infringe on the copyrights or businesses of any other entities. All content posted up on the site is used under the Fair Use Copyright Law 107. All audio, media, and articles are copyrighted to the original owners. All audio on this podcast are embedded from YouTube.com and are owned by their respective copyright owners. No audio information are copyrighted or stored on our servers. The court ruled that linking or embedding copyrighted videos is not copyright infringement, even if the source video was uploaded without permission. However, we will gladly remove any audio clip upon valid request from respective copyright owners. Any owners also have the option to disable embedding his YouTube videos on other websites. News and press articles are owned by the respective copyright owners. Where possible, the appropriate accreditation or source of the article is given on the same page. The audio-video files on the site are for listening purposes only. Downloading of these files to one's computer is strictly prohibited. They are owned by the respective copyright owners. If it is in the organization's belief that the usage or specific content used on our site containing copyrighted knowledge conflicts with authorized use and or does not comply with fair use as described in the context, contact us through our contact page and we will remove the offending content immediately. Thanks for listening to the Athens News Podcast.